Temperatures are going to be on the chilly side tomorrow morning in the mid to upper 20s. We could still be hanging on to a little bit of moisture out at the Cape. Look at that. Maybe some snow showers or some sleet, but likely not accumulating maybe more than a quick coating on grassy surfaces. Sunshine breaks out in full force tomorrow afternoon. The first mostly sunny day in 10 days, at a staggering stretch of overcast weather that we've had here across the area. Another nice sunny day coming up for Sunday, a little bit colder on Sunday morning, waking up to temperatures down closer to 20 degrees, but again, seasonable on both ends of the spectrum, high temperatures and low temperatures, and that'll continue as we head into the upcoming week. So let's look at what our weather pattern has been so far. And really, it's followed El Nino almost to a T. We've had a pretty active Pacific or subtropical jet that has pushed a lot of those storms up the eastern seaboard, and we did take advantage of that in the form of rain and snow earlier in the month. The polar jet has had instances where it has sort of seen that colder air work in. Not always has it been there, nor will it be there in the next several days. Now, first, let's start by talking about the precip. We've got a dry spell ahead of us here. We're not going to see any rain for the next week. And I say rain because temperatures would be a little bit too warm for snow anyway. And there, again, you can see a pretty active pattern offshore with several inches of rain there. But barely anything as you work your way inland until maybe a little shortwave comes through later next week and might bring some rain maybe next Saturday to kick off Super Bowl weekend. Now let's turn our attention to the temperatures here. This is the 8 to 14 day outlook. So in the near term, the next 1 to 2 weeks, we are looking at very warm air here across the Northeast. And you can see that in our temperature departure here. Look how warm it is across the upper Midwest. That's going to be building in our direction. So by the end of the week, we could be looking at 50 degrees once again. But then let's go to the next 3 to 4 weeks, and this takes us from the middle to end of February and even into the first few days of March. Notice the colder trend for the deep south up the eastern seaboard right into southern New England here. So there will likely be some colder air coming back in. Will we be dealing with an active jet stream at that point to bring some storms in that would interact with this colder air? So I'm just letting you know that the colder air is trending likelier. I'm not saying that this is a guarantee for snow. It certainly isn't. We still need the storms to meet up with that colder air. Tonight's going to be, again, dry after midnight, 26 degrees by tomorrow morning. Winds north at 10 to 15. That north wind will keep things a little bit chillier over the weekend, but clouds again will give way to sunshine, much brighter than it has been. And that's not even really debatable. It's not even close. We've been more like Seattle than we have Providence. But back to some brighter skies here going into the next week. Temperatures in the 30s until we get to Wednesday. We'll make a run at 40 there. Thursday's at 45. How about that? Friday, 52 degrees. We'll see increasing clouds. And again, there could be a rain shower. Typically when you get temperatures that warm, there's likely some feature pushing the warmer air in, and that could be our next chance of precip. But a dry 7-day forecast until then.